Hello and welcome to the Contender Division finals of the playoffs. It's been a long journey to get here, lots of ups, lots of downs, plenty of amazing plays, and I am so excited to get into this. I am joined tonight by Bad Santa for color commentary. I am Katie, of course, casting for this final matchup between the Calgary Galaxy and the San Francois Javier de Brompton Castors.
Said it better myself.
We are starting these first two games in lovely Calgary tonight. Bad Santa, what are you looking for in this upcoming final matchup?
We're just looking to see if really Jack and Echo can just continue this streak they've had of just unreal scoring. I mean, Echo had 70 something points through the regular season. And I don't think anyone in any division is even close to that.
It's ridiculous.
And then meanwhile, CFX, on the other hand, V missed the first round of the playoffs, and Ren was the unexpected hero, scoring 2 goals in game 3.
A crazy
if I'm not
game.
Mistaken.
Yeah.
A near buzzer beater, and then a very nice goal in overtime.
And both of these teams, after that first round, coming off of pretty confident matchups in the semifinals. Let's look at. Looks like it was I think one of them was like a 5-0 win. All of them, both these teams should be in the finals based off the performances we saw. I know we saw some upsets earlier on in the brackets. We saw the Nighthawks taking out the Vancouver Frost Giants. We saw the Gladiators taking out the Toucans, but these are the two teams to look out for. They've proven themselves in this bracket, and these are the players to look out for. Looking at these starting lineups, we have Crowbar in net, the legend for Calgary. We have Jack and Echo on the front line as expected, and Flyfire and Pinks in the back. On the other side, we do have Fluff, who is not a goalie main. So unless they have one of their other goalies show up, it will be Fluff in this finals matchup in the net. I'm very excited to see that. But we do have V back here, an essential part of this lineup. Obviously, in the first round, they were able to get it done without him. But this will really bolster. This will make for a great final matchup. We obviously also have Crow, a amazing defender. We have Ren, the Mr. Clutch, as we discussed earlier. And we have Stamkos, a lovely playmaker. And I think we're getting ready to get into this. Some vote starts coming through.
What about CFX making it this far with Fluff, not a goaltender, in goal?
Absurd.
For 2 rounds.
And getting to the finals and still playing in there. That's faith in him. Obviously, he's been having a lot of goalies reach out to him. And he's been reaching out to goalies for some coaching, for some help, trying to get in shape, and he's been doing a great job of it. Looks like we're about ready. And Bad Santa, if you're ready, we're going to get into this thing.
Absolutely, I'm ready.
All right. Here we go. This is the puck drop, the Contender Division playoff finals. This will seal it. As we have V here picking up this first send. Ren picking up in the corner. Little rim around back to him, trying to skate it into Calgary territory. Looks for a pass down ice, rips it up and over, and Stamkos not quite able to get there. Flyfire picking up a little collision there. It's a little bit awkward, but Calgary able to get the puck just in time for Crow to challenge them for it. Flyfire in the back corner has a few options. Pressure from Stamkos, hits around the boards to Jack. Jack loses it to V. This could be a little bit dangerous, looking for a pass here. Flyfire able to stay there and fight for the puck at least, but V rushes the puck a bit to keep it, goes for a few dekes, but knocked off of him as the Castors breathe a sigh of relief.
Dangerous turnover there by Jack along the half wall. They're lucky to get it clear there at the end of it. He's caught flat-footed catching that pass and just really had nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, and I think that's the main thing we're going to be looking out for from Calgary as that shot goes just above the net is, Echo, such a powerful forward. Jack, playmaker right there with him, and has a good shot on him. But the huge thing is, we saw this in some of the series, is that they need to be on to be that asset to their team. If they're having a hard time, if they're not getting their shots off, not getting their passes off, they're getting ugly turnovers, it could get dangerous. You know, some turnovers here and there, not the end of the world if you're getting goals in, but if these aren't getting goals in, it's going to be scary for Calgary.
And as we see Fly Flyer not able to recover after that turnover there in the offensive zone. And CFX able to clear here and get a good chance.
Yeah, and puck in the slot there for V, but Pinks pushes up on it. Has a little bit of open space, but Ren knocks the puck off of him, doing a great job of defending so far. Jack fighting for it, but can't quite win it. And a little scrim in middle ice here. Scrum, sorry. As that gets sent over to Fluff. Flyfire pushing it. And a big mistake early. Oh, brother. That is tragic for sure. Fluff just missing the puck, walking up to it. Maybe just needed a few more reps there, but that's a hard way to start the series.
Skater playing goal, you really need to get those first couple of saves to get your bearings, dialed in, and that's not the way you want your game to start.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's making the saves, like sitting there is almost kind of like the easier part of picking up goalie as a skater. You know how to use your stick, but those smaller things, going for the clear, like those things that seem like they're not that dangerous, but when you mess them up just like that, you can see just how dangerous it gets. As we have Pinks going for a high send here, puck dropping down, Echo going for a pass into the slot, gets dangerous, and Jack pushes up on it again. And this is a tough start for the Castors as Calgary goes up too early with this fight in front of the net. And man,
like it's the guys you expected the Galaxy to score with: Fly, Jack, and Echo. Echo not getting a goal yet, but does pick up an assist.
I'm sure Echo will find one eventually in this series, but I was hoping that, like you said, some soft shots early on to get kind of Fluff into the game here, but unless something changes, I feel like Calgary's running away with this right now, up 2 in the first period, or like the first half of the first period too. What a dominating start, and I'm interested to see if the Castors can fight back from this.
The team in this division that can, it's going to be the Castors. They came back against the Toucans down in game 2, 2 goals with 2 minutes 30 seconds left.
Mm-hmm.
Came back to pull out that win and the series win following game. So if anyone can do it, it's going to be CFX.
Yeah, they've got grit, and we've learned not to count them out. And with the first and only best of 5 series in the contender division, there's not a lot of room still. You don't want to give up free games. You want to give up free goals, but there is time to come back from this. Fluff will have a little bit more time to get warm. I don't know if they're scrimming beforehand. I know Calgary was, but it's not over yet. And the best thing for the Castors to do now is just keep their heads in this. As Crow gets a little opportunity here, chips up off a stick. Crowbar jumping up for that. Little dynamic goalie action from Crowbar. Has to carry out in front. Stamkos with the shot in the slot goes
Great
low to
touch
the
pass from V there, finding Stamkos in the low slot.
Really making the
soft
most of it.
Area in front.
Yeah, and kind of benefiting from that chaos, which is, a great play against any goalie. There's, Crowbar, who is so good on breakaways. You almost feel like you have to go for different plays. As another shot goes, Fluff standing there and clears off the rebound. Looks like he's getting his head back in the game.
Confident on that save. He didn't even. That would have been an easy one to unnecessarily move for.
I know.
And accidentally let it trickle in.
So a good sign for the Castors there, the away team in this first game. Fluff is activating. Those first goals. Listen, it's ugly. I won't harp on it too much. And I'm hoping to look forward to some more good games here. And I'm excited to see the Castors stay
ultimately,
in this.
if you're going to give up some bad goals, first period's a good time to do it.
You don't want to be like game 5 and you're pushing out of the net and missing the puck. Puck gets sent high there. Flyfire picking up in his own zone, has to fight V for it. And Bro almost getting a shot off of that. Well, he gets a puck hit off of it, but not really on net. As we get another little fight here, Stamkos almost getting the puck there. Jack tipping it off of him. And Pink's picking it up here as the period ends. 2-0. Not the start that you wanted for the Castors, but I absolutely have not given up on them yet. Plenty of game time left in this game 1, and plenty of game time left in the best of 5 series. Any thoughts on the first period?
I mean, Castors are definitely not out of it. Their bread and butter is coming up through the neutral zone, making those neat touch passes, cross ice, finding a man following their initial pass out of the zone. They're making those plays, so as long as they can keep that up, they very well might find 2 goals in the back of the net before regulation ends.
Yeah, and I mean it's tough when the person you have to score on is Crowbar, who is a just a stud in the crease. And Div 1 and Div 2 has been doing a fantastic job with my team, the Hooks, where I've barely been having to play at all. I mean, he's just been doing such a good job. And you can catch him as well going to the D1 finals as Jack picks the puck up in the corner, gets a chance here, whips it back, just hits the post, I believe. Maybe Fluff. It hits something and bounces out, and Stamkos is able to pick it up. But you got to try not to let it get too into your head if you're on the Castors. You know, any goalie is a goalie you can score on. Don't overthink it and just see what you can get done. Echo going for a pass into slot here. Jack not quite in position, but Pink's able to pick it up. V knocking it down, though. This could open up for him.
Big clear here, because that shot hit the post. That would have been a killer for Fluff's mental game there if he was not able to keep that puck, or the Kessler was not able to get that puck out. Because after that puck rings off the post behind you, you're just in full panic about trying to get out.
Oh, and another great pad from Fluff. Looks like he is back in this. Ren fighting Echo in the corner to come out with the puck and skating it down for the away team. A big stretch pass. Jack gets a little tip on it, but still goes to Stamkos, looking for that pass to V. Picks it up down low, tries to get it to send somebody on his team, but Pinks picks it up instead with Crow intercepting that pass. Goes for a long, high shot, but that's going to be over the net, and Pinks is going to pick it up behind and fly fire.
Looked like he got knocked over in the corner. That looked like it was for his own benefit. He got up and the puck came right to him.
Hey, sometimes, you know, Lord works in mysterious ways. You just end up at the right place at the right time. And Castor is hoping for some miracles now as V dekes it past the defender. Looks if he can continue the play. Big rip up and over. That's going to end up in the hands of Flyfire. Stamkos applying a little bit of pressure. They're chasing after him, forcing him to kind of give up the puck there. But that play continues down behind Fluff's net. Gets sent out in front. Jack looking for the shot. Not quite on target. Going to be sent across as Crow picks it up and sends it down to V. V with a few dekes here. Sends it through. Finds Stamkos, but just slides off his stick as we are back and forth in the second period.
You can see Jack and Echo were just unreal being able to find each other in the offensive zone there. Is great pass by Crow.
A little bit of deflection there.
Those neat passes down low that they're able to pull off in the zone is just something that's so hard to defend against.
It is so hard to defend against, and yeah, just especially with those really good goalies you're facing. You know, those cross creases. You know, benefiting off some chaos, some distracted goalie moments. Like, there's ways you can get around it, and you know, it's Jack and Echo capitalizing off of pretty much anything they're given on the other side of the ice.
Stick by Fluff there probably saved the goal too.
Yeah,
he's definitely dialed in right now.
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy because, you know, coming into the game, first period letting in two, it kind of discredits. This guy's been putting a lot of work. You know, he's taking it seriously. He's really stepped up for his team. He's done a good job, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the series for him to really prove himself here. As Nick said in the Twitch chat earlier, goldfish mentality. Just forget it ever happened. Keep your head up. And we have Ren here in his own zone looking for a pass up the ice. Echo kind of cuts it off there, just in the way. And Echo and Jack, the dynamic duo up front, you know, in the series against, or their first round series, there's a few moments where they looked kind of shaky. And, you know, I heard some reports that, you know, they weren't quite getting their footing until a little bit later. You know, it's on them. They're looking pretty good so far. And the biggest thing is just keeping up with that finishing. Because the passes, the ideas are there. But the real difference maker for both teams here is going to be who can just get the puck in the net. That's the real difference maker. As we get Stamkos
if Fluff can make a couple of great saves, he might be able to steal this game back.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the bleeding has certainly stopped. We are nearing the end of the second period as Ren almost finds a chance there. And, you know, I hate to bear a caster's curse, but, you know, no goals in the second period so far. He's been looking a lot tighter, been making a lot cleaner saves. Echo skating up, though, seeing if he can change that. Deeks back, rips it, and I'm so sorry I said anything.
Oh,
I should have kept my mouth shut. I'm evil. He deeks back and forth. Ren trying to get in the way, but just skates out. Crow can't catch up either, and Echo picks a corner and sends another one behind Fluff.
The real decision has to be made here for CFX. Do they start sending the house, trying to get back into this game, and risk giving up further goals against and potentially hurt Fluff's potential going in the next game, you know, his mental game? Or do they just accept this game is gone and regroup and get ready for the next one?
Yeah, I think part of just keeping your head up. If anything, if it, you can take this first game, feel out your opponents, kind of get a sense of the play. That's kind of what I'm expecting from this first game is, Calgary's exploring, they're finding some openings, some plays that are working. And what the Castores have now is they can just work on their counter plays, work on what offense might work for them. Ren got a few chances there. Stamkos got a shot. I think they just need to adapt. I mean, it's a hard call if you just want to leave your goalie hanging, go full offense, but I feel like the Castores have a nice division of really strong defensive players and strong forwards. I think they just got to trust in their guys and hope some passes go through and just, if they can get back into this game, it's nice, but it's not the end of the world for them if they can't.
Yeah, let's see what they have going on for the third period here.
Oh, a shot almost going in for Crow there. That was pretty nice. Just went a little bit up and over. You have Pinks picking up in the back corner. V applying a little bit of pressure there as Jack tries to chase after it. Doesn't quite get it. Ren's able to get there. Looking for some options before Calgary closes in on him. Gets a rim around back to Crow. Crow looking for his pass. Sends it up. V picking it up, but Flyfire there to poke it out. And this is a bad spot for the Castores to be in. Fluff going for the clear. Steps out. Gets
Fluff making a save at the face-off dot.
Oh my goodness. And V saving the day on that last touch. I was getting scared for a bit, but he really brought it back there as we have the dynamic duo in attacking territory. Flyfire picking up on the back end. Goes for another shot there and low, and Fluff just wide dashing for it just in case. Jack picking it up again. Ren desperately trying to get this play killed. He does by knocking it into the boards. Flyfire trying to pick it up, and Castores cannot strip Calgary of the puck for this attack that seems to be seemingly going on for a really long time.
On the Castores' last breakout attempt, they made that first pass, and then three guys collapsed on that guy receiving the pass in neutral zone.
Yeah, and another little pad save there for Fluff, keeping his mind right as that puck gets sent down to Crow. Looks
two guys collapsing on that guy receiving the pass in neutral zone. It's the Castores need to find a way to alleviate that pressure there after that first pass is made.
Yeah, and I mean, with you have like one of those sit back defenders like Pinks, it's so frustrating to play against sometimes. V doing what he can to get around them, a few beautiful dekes, but just closed out. Where you have Jack and Echo in the attacking zone playing around. You have Fly, who's pretty dynamic going back and forth, but you break past all of them. Finally, you get your chance, and Pinks is just there in the way. It's got to be frustrating. As a beautiful quick crouch from Fluff to stop that low shot.
It is no fun to play against.
It is. Oh, you are just ripping your hair out. So I'm, hoping for the sake of getting to a game 5, which is my dream, even though it'll be so late if that happens. Crowbar getting a little close save there.
Went off the top of his pad too. That had a good chance of going in.
Yeah, I mean, again, it can happen. It's pretty late into this game, down 3. Maybe you're not winning this one, which you never know. But each moment like that kind of builds your confidence a little bit. Where even if it doesn't go in, you're like, okay, we got there. We had it. One of those is gonna go in. I really don't want to rule them out. I have a lot of expectations for this team. There are a lot of fantastic players, but if the bleeding doesn't stop, it's going to be a bit ugly. As
it's probably about going to do it for game 1.
Sorry for the shaky camera work there, but a beautiful shot by Echo. And it's not just on Fluff for some of these. Obviously, some of those early goals are pretty ugly, but it's also the defense. Like, they're just having these holes poked in them. We see a lot of chances where, there's a lot of fantastic puck handlers. And, sorry, I got distracted. What a chance. Crowbar just getting his pad and his stick in the way. But these are really dynamic players.
The Castores have not had any they've had a couple of good chances that just got shut down just a little early. So Crowbar hasn't quite had to make the saves, but the chances were still there.
Yeah, exactly. They get into chances, and then on the flip side, if you look at Calgary, they got a few easy goals at the start, but they are getting really dynamic and really threatening chances on these later shots. Where, even if it was somebody that's been playing goalie for much longer, I wouldn't blame them if some of those shots went in. So it's not just on Fluff. It's not just a goalie diff. It's you got to make sure the defense is stepping up too. And at this point, I would just take some time. Rest your mental. Kind of pay attention to how they're playing, reminisce on the game, get ready for game 2, and just, recoup some of that energy. Obviously you want to stop the bleeding. You want to let him free goals get clipped on the whole time, but I think you just kind of you settle a bit here and try and get your head back into the game as Echo picks it up in the corner, dekes it back, loses the puck a little bit, sends it in the slot, and V there to pick it up. And V, we've seen him get a few really good lead-up chances, but as he kind of approaches the rest of the defense, it just feels like they're closing in on him. Stamkos getting a nice shot there just high. A beautiful
Looks like an adjustment right there. V carried it in, waited till a defenseman bit, and then made a drop pass to Stamkos coming up the left wall there.
Yeah, exactly. Realizing that, he can't always deke through the defenders if they have a lot there, and just fantastic defenders like they do on that team. Fluff stopping the wrap there. So V waiting for the bite, like you said, and getting that pass off. They're paying attention. They're learning. I think that they have still a pretty good chance to get some goals in this series. V almost picking up a fantastic pass. 10 seconds left in the first game as Crowbar gets a clear up, and that will probably be the last of it unless Echo gets a last-second goal. Goes for a shot. Fluff stops it. And that is game 1. 4-0 for Calgary. Not the start you want if you're the away team. But, anything can happen.
I don't expect to see any lineup changes from either teams either going into game 2. But, we will see.
Yeah, unless a goalie miraculously shows up for the Castors, Snail wakes up, turns the computer on or something like that, but looking like the same lineups. And I don't hate that for either team. Obviously it's going great for Calgary, but as we saw towards the end, there are adaptations being made. Fluff is still making saves. I think the big difference maker is that the defense need to be really tight. You need to support that less experienced goalie. Or the chances he faces, if it's the slow wraps, if it's a contested shot, it's easier to get in position for that. But if it's Jack or Echo breaking around and wrapping around the net super fast, it's hard for any goalie to save that, like I said earlier. And for Fluff especially, obviously they're going to run away with it unless that defense tightens up.
It's almost easier to just commit to the wrap and hope your team covers the short side.
Exactly. And I haven't been keeping a pinpoint eye on exactly what the Castors defense is doing, but obviously they have some really talented players. Sometimes it's working, but they just need to get that consistency. And puck dropping in game 2. Jack picking up off the face-off. Goes for a little deke there. Loses the puck a little bit. Able to send it back to Flyfire, but V cuts it off. This is a one-on-one. Just has Pinks to get around. Gets the deke. This could be a shot for V. Goes for it, and Crowbar getting his chest just barely on it. What a fantastic save as we get this game 2 kicked off. And Crowbar, it's
Calgary comes through with this game. You're gonna have to put a big circle around that save there. That was
massive.
A huge stop by Crowbar.
Getting that lead early, we saw what it did for Calgary. Any team is a confidence booster early on. But props to Crowbar also. Like, if you're not facing a whole lot of shots, it's easy for goalies to zone out a little bit, lose their focus, but he's the kind of guy that's dialed no matter what. And he proves it right there early on in the game after a pretty slow first game for him. Still dialed in.
It's honestly impressive. You sign up to watch half the game from the other side of the ice, and all of a sudden you're watching most of the game from the other side of the ice just to be able to stay in it.
Nice little chest bump from V there, but Flyfire's there to pick it up. Not letting that play happen any further. Sends it across Jack, going to pick it up off the boards. Looking for a few passing options as the defense closes down. Sends it back behind. Echo, kind of in a spot to pick it up. Gets closed out by a few defenders. Sends it out front and knocked out wide. That defense tightening up, like I said, for the Castors. Not letting that free chance go through for Echo as the puck gets sent back out. Pinks and Flyfire chases back for Crowbar in position just in case. Pinks going to pick it up. Looking for his passing options as Ren pushes up on him. Gets a long stretch pass. Lands for Jack. Broke through that coverage. Is that going to be in? And it is. Fluff dashes just a little bit early. Not able to get back to that right shoulder. As we have the first goal of the game going to Jack on that open breakaway. And that is brutal. Can't blame Fluff too much for that if it's being left wide open. And Jack really has a knack for that.
The number 2 scorer in the division breaking down on you. Dead to rights. What else can you do?
Yeah, and if you've played pugs with the guy, you have probably seen that before. Jack just streaking and you know, I'm sure he's shouting for a long clear to go through, and in that case, it works out perfectly for him. And, you know, just one goal. It's not a crazy lead yet. The Castors, again, just have to keep their heads in this. A turnover here for
Pass
V.
by Echo there.
Ooh.
They're able to get away with it.
Yeah, it's remarkable. There's been so many times where there's been a little turnover, and it looks really dangerous for Calgary, but then somehow they just end up coming away with the defense. Echo alone, unguarded there for a second. Finally, Castors closed in on a little bit, but, you know, I know you're trying to keep yourself in this game and get some points on the board, but if you're letting these guys dominate your own zone, I mean, you can't expect much to happen other than goals going in. As V turns it around, gets a few deeks there, but chased by Echo. So many guys to get around. Still goes for that shot. Crowbar, as always, just in the way. He's just there.
Great shot. With Echo firing up the windshield wipers behind him, just swiping back and forth with the handle of his stick.
As we have Pinks here, middle ice, sends it just past V. Flyfire picking up, seeing if he can get a goal in this game. Cuts it back low. Fluff gets the pad in the way. Not gonna let that one in. Getting another save ticked off his sheet. Puck scoops up a little bit awkward. Stamkos gonna get there first. Rims around the boards to Crow. We're gonna pick it up. A few guys closing on him. Rips it back. Ends up being a little bit ugly of a turnover.
Great chance to hit V crossing. He just couldn't get the puck out of his feet there after catching that pass.
Yeah, I mean, the right ideas, but just hoping for that execution. Ren goes for, I think, a shot there, but that's going to be wide. Crowbar chasing it just in case. Stamkos looking for a play there, but Echo beautifully cutting it off, you know. What a fantastic goal scorer, but also, you know, stepping in and do a little bit of work on defense. You got to respect it. Fluff jumping up for that one. Almost had it if it was on target, but thankfully doesn't have to save that one as that one bounces off Echo's back, and Stamkos is going to get the puck here for the Castors.
It's a great look.
Have Crow.
Not able to get by him.
It's just brutal watching this where, you know, you see the plays forming as, you know, it develops, the puck goes up, and it just always feel like Calgary is kind of suffocating that chance as soon as they are able to. As Echo gets a long, clear Ren in the way, does a great job of breaking it up. That was another dangerous situation. As Ren picks it up here, goes for a deke off the boards, rips it up, but that's going to go to Calgary hands. Pink's picking it up. Stamkos hiding out in the open. V there on open break. Dekes for it, but Crowbar in the way. I mean,
Crowbar came way out of his net to challenge that, too.
Oh, yeah.
He had the right idea trying to deke him, but Crowbar just got a good stick on it and made the clear.
Yeah, and I mean, it's especially tough when that's something he's known for, is his ability against those breakaways, when he's putting up fantastic performances against the likes of Albany with Meatzel and hijinks deke in front of him. A little clear to the side there where, you know, it almost feels like going a little bit too close is dangerous, as that one gets sent high and over. Or you want to shoot from like a little bit of range, because you got to predict him getting a little bit aggressive and pushing out on you. First period, 1-0 for Calgary. And
Ren had a chance to hit V on the slot there if he made a tape-to-tape pass, but it probably was the right decision to take that shot, because if that pass was not on the tape, that would have ran out the clock.
Yeah, and I think that's got to be the mindset for the Castors going into the second period, where, you know, they're getting these chances. They're, you know, looking for the passes, looking for the dekes. The priority is just getting the puck sent at the net. You know, Crowbar's a fantastic goalie. If you keep getting shots on, you just got to hope that one of them will go in. You're only down one goal. It's possible. You're not desperate for the perfect play. So yeah, just shots on net, and let's see if the Castors can get any more of those. Echo with a few pretty dekes there. Ends up deking off himself a little bit. V applying some pressure there. Still, I mean, he's got a magnet on his stick. V finally comes away with it. Has a little bit of open space here. Dekes it back. A shot. And Crowbar getting his tape on it. What a fantastic save by him.
Came all the way out to the blue line. Ren got a decent shot on it, but not much is going to get by Crowbar coming from the blue line.
And got to try not to stay discouraged. A beautiful chance for the Castors, the away team. And Crowbar obviously got a fantastic save, but you gotta keep that energy. You said, okay, we got a good shot off V, continuing to capitalize off of these little turnovers, these little offensive plays in the zone, where there's flashes of brilliance there. They know they can do it. Crow picking it up, goes for the stretch pass, almost gets it to Stamkos. V's still able to pick it up there, keep that play going, rips it, but that's going to go behind the net for Crow to pick up in the corner. Tries to get a
Castor is
pass
really
off.
picking up the pace here, more than we have seen so far in this
Certainly.
game and through game 1 and so far in game 2.
Yeah, making some great adjustments. Ran a little bit dangerous there. Baiting Echo in, though. Comes away with it. Great way to get Echo out of the play there. He can't defend for his team that way. Sends it down to V. A great person to pass it to in this situation, but Pinks ends up stripping the puck off, and that's going to bounce off the walls. A little fight for it. Stammer there to pick it up, but Pinks yet again just closing out these attacks. Sends it down in middle ice.
Stammer was trying to find V in the slot there, just barely didn't get the pass off.
Yeah, and I think the core component, now that they have V on the ice, they're adapting really well, and they're getting these passes to V. A little bit dangerous of a play there. Jack scooting it up, but Fluff in the way and diligently clearing it there. No mistakes that time. And funneling it to V is a great plan. I mean, V's had some of their best shots this time. You have other supporting characters there, but I think V's going to be the one that can really break through that wall that's standing between those posts.
V breaking out the propeller there on the back check, trying to do everything he can to get back.
And we have Jack sending it back. Echo there to pick it up. Again, these guys are just parking in the zone, and the defenders are doing a pretty decent job of kind of marking them, not letting them just hold free space, but it's still got to be nerve-wracking seeing Jack and Echo just skating around you if you're Fluff. V picks it up again at open ice there. Little defensive pressure there. Tries to keep it, has Stamkos there, gets a little send on it, but not really a threatening chance at all.
And that chance was really neutralized from the start by the fact that Calgary only had their 2 forwards really playing deep and playing too aggressively. They still had 2 defensemen at the blue line. Probably had full bars of stamina ready to get back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's, again, we've said all the reasons it's frustrating to play offense against these guys, but you feel like you have those openings like, oh, they have guys just like camping us, waiting for these cherry picks, but there's still a fly fire, this little Pinks back there. It's the best chance has been when they can kind of thread the needle through those gaps where V's look like he's been kind of swarmed by these defenders, but he finds his way through. He's got to hope to keep up that kind of gameplay. I guess Stamkos fighting Pinks for it. Pinks safely wraps it around back to Echo. Echo picking it up behind the net.
Calgary's got 3 guys below the hash marks there. Help break the puck out. And now they're up ice ahead of CFX.
Just so dynamic. I feel like that. I mean, the ebb and flow just feels so smooth for Calgary right now. It really feels like they're buzzing. Obviously, only up 1 goal still, so they're not getting the finishing off. But it just feels like they're really dominating this game, interspersed a little bit by some flash in the pan, great offensive chances from the Castors. As we get another one, maybe loading up from V. A few deeks here. Echo trying to get a hand on his stick. But keeps the space, but just chops it up a little bit on his tip. Doesn't quite keep it. Ren able to pick it up, though. Goes for a shot tipped by Flyfire. And missed by Jack. Almost a turnover there, but Echo's able to pick it up before Stamkos can. As he looks to skate it up ice.
I mean, when you can make stretch patches that accurate, it's not fair.
It's tough. I mean, this is the best of the best. Contender division. Grand finals, the end of the playoffs, you are going to be facing, fantastic players. I feel like the only real kind of standout is Fluff, who is still doing a great job, but just for the level of play here, obviously with some of the other goalies in the division, Sleepy, Crowbar, even Snail on the Castors. But, everybody on the ice has fought hard to be here. They deserve to be here. And, anybody that's here right now, I mean, has the capability to make those star plays. As we get into the third period of the second game, we just got to hope to see more star plays from the Castors.
I mean, they had their chances. Unfortunately, they're just not getting on net.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have the puck in high danger areas. They'll make high danger passes, but they're just not able to get the shot onto the net.
Yeah,
It's either blocked, the pass is cut off, or it's gotta imagine it's frustrating to play.
Yeah, and that's the big game changer is mentality, where as many times as you get into those frustrating situations, it feels like you can't break through. You can either give up and be like, okay, I guess we'll just kind of play it out, or you can, get creative. You can change up how you're playing. You can analyze. You can keep pushing, and it looks like the Castors are still doing that. I mean, they've obviously
Great chance coming here.
Oh, there we go. A pass out front. V almost there off the rebound. That could have been it. And it's such a close game. Just a 1 goal difference. It really feels like at any moment this could swing around for the Castors. Echo
It's
almost
really
getting that
feeling
high
like
tip.
if the Castors can get one goal, the floodgates could open.
Yeah, I mean I was a little bit scared when early on that first goal came through, but again the bleeding stops. In the third period, Fluff doing even better now. More saves. The defense has been clutching up a lot more, less dangerous chances for CGX. And they're fighting. If they can keep up this trend, I really hope they can bring out the game here. But if they're going to game 3, I think they're still feeling confident with such a close game here with so many good chances. It's still something to be proud of. Puck sent behind. V cutting it off for a turnover. Has a chance here. This could be it. Dekes it back, just up and over. What a beautiful chance. Such a close shot. Trying to pick that corner, but doesn't get it through.
Nick's doing a great job making sure that he can't cut back through across crossbar there. Because his partner Flyfire was just caught flat-footed off that turnover and had no chance.
Yet again. Has to do with Flyfire though. Ren breaking out for the pass there, trying to get involved. Mr. Clutch in the third period. I feel like his stats double at that point as we get Pinks losing the puck a little bit, but ends up making the play to keep it there. Echo bounces off the boards, has another shot here. Ren closing in, keeping his team in this, killing that chance. Beautiful defense by Ren. Heads up plays as Pinks fights the puck here. Gets hit out again. Stammer chasing after, but Crowbar steps out of the crease, goes for a clear, and does beautifully. Drops down. Echo finding it here. Can Fluff close it out? And he does. Way to step up, Fluff.
Frustrating for CFX having that breakout pass just missed the stick of Stamkos, and then that stretch pass the other way right onto the tape of Echo.
Yeah, and the more I see of Fluff, the better it looks. A great save there. Oh my god. Fly with a perfect chance trying to shoot into that corner, but Fluff is in the way. Doesn't let that one go in. Jack goes for another chance here. Let's see if he can make it happen.
Really trying to go for the dagger here.
Exactly. I think they know in the
you
back
really
of
just
their
gotta
heads.
hope that CFX isn't able to flip the script here and catch him over committing.
Exactly. I have to be careful. It's you look for the kill too much. It's dangerous where you just give up these easy chances. As we get Ren here, a little bit of an opening. Jack in the way, Pink's in the way, but still has a few options. Ren cutting it back. Can he get it done? Twirls around, sends it back, tries to get it to V, but just cut off, and Jack picks it up. It's got to be frustrating for SFX. But V still comes away with it, gets a pass off to Stamkos. This could be good, but Flyfire in the way. There's these moments where it seems like it's going to be the moment. It's going to be the moment where SFX gets the goal to tie it up, but just not happening quite yet.
Yeah, Fly made a really strong play there. He was face checking Stamkos. He was going to have one swipe at it, or Stamkos was going to be in from the top of the circles alone, and just got a stick on that.
As we have Crow sending it over. V almost picking up stick, not quite on the ice in time. In the back corner, sends it across, not finding those connections. They want it bad. They're going for these plays, but just not connecting where it needs to.
Keep an eye on Fluff here with a minute to go left. See if they pull him or not.
Yeah, I am interested where, it's desperation for the second game, but obviously in the series, it's not do or die yet. So, do you keep yourselves in this? Just go for a regular goal? Do you pull the goalie? And interested to see if they have anybody on deck that they want to bring in for that swap.
We got a great chance here for CFX, though. Cross-ice pass, missed the stick. The second forward.
He picks it up, tries to wrap it around, loses it, doesn't get the angle he wants. 25 seconds left. Pinks rips it up. Echo sending it inside. Stamkos there to pick it up, though. Ren has to fight for it, get this play going. Bro picking up there, 13 seconds. Could this be it? Knocks it past Flyfire. Stamkos ready for a shot. Wide. Crowbar there for the save, but doesn't actually have to make one. 3 seconds. Stamkos going for that last pass. A scrum in front of the net. And that is going to be a victory.
I think that initial deflection off the first shot hit a stanchion in the corner and caught Crow off guard as he was going to skip up that rebound. Be interested to see a replay of that.
Yeah,
So it looked like Crow's going to be able to pick up clean possession in the corner there and make it pass out front.
Right, and we're going to do a brief swap as we head over to the Castors home ice. Give us just one moment. We'll be back for some more puck action. Thank you for tagging along so far. Well, well, well. The fastest plane ride I've been on in my life, and we are in San Francois Javier de Brompton for game 3 of the series. Look at these beautiful, beautiful jerseys, this beautiful ice. Credit to Flyfire for contributing these visuals for the finals for D2 playoffs. Get some downtime. Take a breather. I'm gonna open up another little beverage for myself as we get the broadcast booth all prepared. And
who's sponsoring us? What are you drinking there?
Oh, this is a Renport Pale Ale, sponsored by the Renport, brought to you by the Renport, the best place to get all your Puck Hockey League news, all divisions, and even some juicy trade scoops as well. And I heard they have some more articles coming through. What sponsor are you sipping on tonight, Bad Santa?
I don't have one right now, I'll be honest with you.
No.
The sponsors have hung me out to dry. I've got nothing.
No Neat Q Lager.
No,
we'll have to get you
no,
on.
If I had Neat Q Lager, it probably wouldn't come out of the bottle.
I guess we walked right into that one. Shout out Neat Q. I love pugging. As we get into this game 3, V picking up off the face-off, and chance early to set the tone, gets one up and wide, but a great way to start off a confident start for the Castors. This is series point, I believe. If the Galaxy go up 3-0, they are going to be the winners with a sweep. But the Castors doing what they can to make that not happen. A dangerous drop coming through there, but Fluff in the way and a few defenders as well, as Jack runs into the entire Castors lineup. Not able to get the play through there,
really
obviously.
Got mugged there. He held on to his wallet as long as he could, but turns out 3 Castors is enough to strip him of that puck.
That'll do it. As we have Jack on the away team, sending it up to his teammate Flyfire, but Crow able to pick it up instead. Just skates past him, Crow sends it back on the wall. Stamkos picking up there, goes for a stretch pass across. V beautifully picking it up, has a chance here, just has to get it past one defender, get the shot off. Can he do it? He shoots. It goes on to Crowbar. Crowbar saves it. If I had a nickel every time that happened, I could buy a few candy bars, I bet. As we get Pink skinning it up now.
That was probably the best chance the Castors have had all game. It was the cleanest shot. V's had a chance to get off here, and Crowbar is still standing tall.
They're doing a fantastic job, and you know my hope as we get a dangerous play here. Fly almost getting the goal there, just going to go wide as Ren picks up in the back end. But if the trend continues, if the Castors keep locking in more and more, first game a little bit ugly. Hate to lose 0-4. Second game just lost by 1 goal, I believe, unless CGX scored at the end. I don't believe they did. It's been a long day for me.
So.
But you know, with that vast difference, you got to feel like you are so in this. You're kind of learning how they play. You're adapting. Fluff is staying locked in. What I'm hoping for, you know, still my ideal is a game 5, even if we go late. But I want to see, first of all, a goal for the Castors. But I want to see them fight for it. I don't want to see them give up. I don't want to see it slow down. I want to see them keep going for these plays. As Jack goes for a shot there, Fluff with an amazing save. Great job, Fluff, dropping down for that shot. Pro tapping to the side there.
A pretty good opportunity for a commentator's curse to happen there, but luckily Castors got away with that one.
I gotta watch my mouth. This Renport Pale Ale has me acting unwise. As V gets a beautiful deke there, finds another chance here. Goes for a long shot. Echo jumping up for it. Echo has a few nice little blocks here in this series, not just going up in the front end, as he picks it up for his own team again.
He must have been hanging out with Lettuce lately.
He must have. Or just being in Pink's proximity enough, you know, maybe it's just teaching him something. As Flyfire gets ready for a shot here, knocked down low. Another beautiful save from Fluff.
Off the deflection, too.
Yeah, those are so hard to keep track of, harder than you'd think. As Echo strips the puck off of Ren there. Echo going for another chance here. Breaks past the defenders. Goes for a shot down low. Jack jumping for it. And another save from Fluff. And just
Fluff clears it onto the tape of Stamkos, too.
I know. I mean, just what a fantastic job. It looks like that progression is continuing. That trend is going upwards for them. As, you know, they got to really commend their goalie here on the home team for, you know, keeping them in this. I mean, it's such a different feeling if you're 0-0 going for that first goal as opposed to being down and just trying to get the tie there. Now you're still fighting for the lead. Got to be a fantastic feeling. Another beautiful save. What can I even say? Jack gets a nice shot. He picks his placement well. And Fluff just going bonkers for the Castors in this third game.
From Jack and Echo. Looks like Echo expected Jack to stay on the boards there for that little touch pass.
And Calgary realizing that no game comes for free. An awkward chance there as Crowbar steps out for it, but Crow not quite able to pick the puck up
Crowbar able
there.
to bail him out after the mistake in the zone, in the offensive zone.
But that is my mantra in a lot of these games, especially in playoffs, is that no game is guaranteed. Even if you're feeling on top of the world as the Galaxy, up 2 games, it's job's not finished until the job is finished. As we get Ren fighting for the puck there, Stamkos trying to pick it up off the turnover, but Echo picking up there. Bro running back trying to stop it. Fluff has to get the save. Echo shoots it above the net. Fluff doesn't have to make that save as Jack tries to pick it up and send it back to Flyfire, but Stamkos there to fight for it. V open, almost gets to the puck. He might catch up there first. Has to get around a defender though. And he sends that up and down. Jack trying to pick it up there, but Ren sending the puck down. Hits a teammate. Doesn't quite catch a stick though, as Flyfire is able to pick it up in the away zone. Crowbar diligently trying to stop any unexpected own goals from happening. Always staying active. Classic Crowbar. And as that first period ends, 0-0, it's looking better for the Castors in this third game.
It was a long first period, I'll tell you what.
Yeah. And you know, I mean, we saw some good offense from both sides, some good early chances of the Castors, but I mean, the shining star of that first period is Fluff. He was not facing like easy run-of-the-mill saves there. He was facing real dangerous chances, and he's been doing a fantastic job keeping his team in this game. Really commend him for stepping up there.
Absolutely. Put a pin in that on that last rush from Echo there on the breakaway, especially if the Castors come back here.
Exactly. Echo goes for a few deeks here. Slides it off him. Flyfire is able to bail him out there a little bit as Jack tries to pick it up. It runs into 2 defenders. Flyfire once again picking up the scraps there. Chips it up and over. Very dangerous. Echo taps it down, but Fluff is able to intercept it. Echo not getting the redirect he was looking for as V yet again looks for a chance. Goes for the pass, but just intercepted as, you know, these chances are formulating. Not quite going through, though.
Yeah, like V had a bit more ice to take there before making a pass or shooting for himself. It was a bit early for him to make that pass.
And Crow going for the fight on the boards there. Crow understated in this series, but doing a really good job on defense. Obviously, it's not always a, you know, very exciting role to watch, but doing a great job. I mean, Fluff is making some great saves, but, you know, Crow, Ren, honestly, everybody on the team, but really got to commend those defenders for.
It's hard to really get involved defensively as a defenseman when you don't have a real goalie in the net.
Yeah.
Well, I should say real goalie. You have a skater playing goalie in the net.
Yeah. And you have, you know, Jack and Echo skinning up against you. So, you know, huge props to them. And as we're going a little bit deeper in the second period, still 0-0. V looking for a chance here. Maybe has a pass up into the front. Crowbar going to get a knock on it. As Crow has a little bit of room here. Goes for a
Castro was really suffering from that inability to get the defenseman involved defensively there because V's only option was in front of the net. His defensemen were not close enough to really be open for a pass there.
Yeah. Nice little
Crow was at the red line when he really needed to be on the boards there for that drop.
Yeah, and that's like the dance you have to do in these situations where you don't want to leave your goalie stranded, especially if it's a skater in net. You know, still kind of learning to get comfortable with goalie. But you, at the same time, you can't just rely on one guy to lead your offense. I mean, V's doing a fantastic job of it. He's gotten fantastic chances, but if it's just him, like in those situations where he's looking for a pass as that wrap goes out across the other zone, I mean, he's got to try other things. Obviously, you know, you get a few chances here and there with V, but if you're looking for, you know, consistent goals, you got to shake it up a little bit.
That's an uphill battle right now for CFX.
For sure. As that puck is sent behind the net, Jack trying to pick it up, a V knocking off to the side. Little battle for it here. Crow doing a great job of keeping the puck for his team. Looks for some options. Gets a shot there. I thought that was about to go in from my camera angle, but crowbar in the way. And there you go, shaking it up. That's exactly what we're looking for. Instead of just funneling into V, we get Crow going for a shot there, a long shot as well. It's a little bit dangerous as they try and catch up to Jack on defense.
Lucky not to get burned on that counterattack there, but they live to fight another day.
Yeah, I mean, you know, at some point it's got to feel like a necessary evil. We got to give up some looser defense if you want to get these, you know, different attacks going. If you're crowbar, you start expecting V to just be the person shooting or passing it every time. And the ways that you catch him off guard is if you know, you have somebody like Crow stepping up for a shot. Maybe Ren here, Jack getting in the way of that, Jack doing some defense. You don't always see that, but always happy when you do. A battle here for it. Thought Flyfire was going to turn it over.
Lift there by Stamkos, but not able to collect the puck afterwards.
Yeah, close one. Shot almost going on target from Echo, but you go around instead as that gets sent over. Jack picking it up for his own team. Tries to see what he can do with it. Skates a few soft deeks back and forth. A shot and a beautiful block by Crow. As it rims back around to V. For some options, tries to get around Jack, and he does. Sends it up boards to Stamkos, but Stamkos just loses it off the tape. 50 seconds left in this period too. Still 0-0. Could go either way.
Not figure out who was taking that pass there.
As the play develops a little bit further, Echo with a few deeks there. Not going to be able to get around the defenders though. This play's, you know, slowing down a little bit. We see some bursts of offense here and there, but you know, not as many bombastic plays. A turnover, ugly. Ren not happy he's letting that one go through, and Echo going for it, but Fluff gets the save. Great job to bail out Ren instead of Ren bailing out Fluff.
A little apprehensive there to skate that puck out, even though it was really what needed to be done with how passive Calgary was playing up in the neutral zone.
The last second shot for V going to be not on target. And, you know, we're seeing these chances get through for the Castors, but you know, the biggest frustrating part of it is, you know, you finally get through and then to not even put it on target, you've got to be kicking yourself for that.
A lot of the times the puck gets into a good scoring area and the shot just gets tipped, you know, Calgary gets a stick on it, rolls off the tape. You know, they just need one goal, and then they're back in this series, I think.
I know. It's literally just that one goal. You know, it feels bad, even having like a close game in game 2, but not getting a goal out of it, losing 1-0. It's, you know, you need to remind yourself that you can do it. They've gotten those good chances, but until they, oh my God, beautiful save. Until they actually do it, I feel like it's that like monkey on their back that they can't really shake off right now. Unless something different happens. They got to change it up a little bit, or they've got to perfect what they have going on.
Look there by Stamkos.
Beautiful pass. V looking for the opening there. It's a few deeks, but blocked, just tipped to the side. Again, can't get it through. The chance there. Jack picking up in the corner. V applying a little bit of pressure there. Jack with a few deeks back and forth before going for that stretch pass. Trying to find Echo, I believe, but in double coverage, he's not going to get away with that. First sending it up to V there. V tries to find an option out back. And looks like Ren will get to it eventually. A lot of these passes not really tape to tape, slowing that play down a whole lot. It gives time for V to get back into the corner. Chip it in the slot, but Stamkos tall, but not that tall. Can't quite get a stick on it. And Fluff, this is the first time I'm seeing him go out really far.
He left his moon shoes at home, not able to jump up for that.
Even with a super jump, I think that's a tough one. Fluff doing a great job on his first kind of push out of the net to clear it. Ends up wrapping it back around his teammate. Looked really dangerous there for a moment, but Stamkos is able to come away with it here and get a pass out to V. And a beautiful pass.
We're at the bottom of the circle trying to play that.
Oh, I mean, this is just heart-wrenching so far watching this if you're a Cal Stories fan where, you know, I can't count on my fingers and toes how many times it feels like they've come really close to getting a goal and just still not getting one out of it. As Crow breaks up the play there, as it looked like Jack was free for a second, there were some options. Way to close it out for Crow. Stamkos having to fight off Pinks there. Pinks pushing up a little bit further than he usually does as Ren ends up with the puck there and passes it. Tries to find V, but sends it just a little bit behind him. Play slows down yet again. Stamkos, ouch! Pinks gets a beautiful hit there to kill the play. Bit of
Like
physicality.
would have been a break they needed with Pink's caught up ice. The defensive defenseman not back
Beautiful save.
in the play, and they're just not able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, I mean that's got to be. You have to like have your alarms going off if you see pinks up that far. I mean something's out of the ordinary. Maybe you can capitalize off of it, but not that time around. But I mean, every time the puck is sent at him, I'm amazed by Fluff keeping it 0-0 in this game. It really feels with some of the turnovers that it shouldn't be this close, and especially for Skater and net. I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm just so proud of him as a fellow goalie that he's doing so well. And Pink's pushing up a little bit again, chips it up and over, but looks like V's going to get there before any Calgary players do. And he keeps it even.
It was finally got support from the defenseman in the offensive zone there, and just didn't make a good play off of it and turned it right over.
Lone defense from Jack, but Fly able to pick it up. And Echo trying to pick it up off that cross pass, that lateral. Burns it around, gets past a few players, ends up keeping it.
Great pick there by Fly to pick off Ren, so that give Echo a little bit of extra space cutting into the zone.
Yeah, I mean when they're meshing really well. Flyfire is a captain that has done a fantastic job of kind of leading and guiding his team and getting that chemistry really dialed in. And you can see it paying off where, in this third game it's slowing down a bit, no goals still, but you can see it even if it's 0-0 that this is a team that plays really fluidly when they're hot. As a turnover almost gets Ren a free shot, Ren barely getting a stick on it, not getting enough force behind it to put a threatening shot on. But again, these scary chances, I mean, this game is not set in stone one way or the other. At some point, you got to realize one of these will go in.
Where these high danger passes made it through. They just weren't able to get a good shot off. It's closer than they've gotten so far.
And Fly Fire. I don't know if the wall's a nice, cute little pass to Echo. Echo trying to get around Stammer, and he does with that little cutback. Dekes it back and forth, goes for the shot. Fluff getting the stick down and getting it past Jack as well. What a play. Turnover goes to Jack. Jack sends it back to Fly Fire, but looks like Crow is able to smash him up, kill that play before it develops any further. And again, I mean, seeing some great plays come out of the Castors zone. And just got to keep it up. Just keep churning, and eventually something has to give. Stamkos going for the shot there, deflected off of Pinks, does not go on. That could have been the shot, but Pinks did an amazing job of getting the way. Man,
great chance right at the buzzer there.
I mean, what a close game. We're seeing it slow down more and more. If this trend continues, my dream is for the Castors to break the barrier and get this next goal. It's great for Calgary if they get a 3-0 sweep, but I love puck more than I love either of these teams, and I just want to see some more games get played.
I mean, I don't think anyone wants to see a sweep anywhere here. We want to see close games.
Yeah, unless you're a Calgary player, I suppose, but I feel like even some of them want a little bit of a challenge. Stamkos going for the pass there, tries to find V, but just a little bit high. Echo fights him for it. V not going to be high on him as Pinks. In his own zone, knocks it up and above the offensive skater. Fly Fire knocking off the boards. Clean play. A little bit of an opening there. Just has to get around Crow. Goes for the pass to Jack, but Crow breaks it apart. Beautiful pass block by Crow. Way to stay ahead of the play.
I think it was the backhand of his heel there as he pulled the stick back into his feet.
Just barely. As Fly Fire, I think that was supposed to be a shot, but goes super high. Sent out in front and post, but
no!
Uh-oh.
No.
A heartbreaker. As that one bounces off the post. Fluff tries to stay ahead of the play, but the puck ends up right behind his stick as he reels it back. And that is going to be the sweep for Calgary. And, not the outcome that we wanted. I think it was, some people were probably expecting that as we were going into this with Fluff in net. And, I mean, he still did a fantastic job. But I think a big question mark on everybody's minds is how this would have looked if they had Snail with them or another starting goalie. But, I mean, everyone played fantastically. I think both teams have a lot to be proud of. But it ends up in this situation that Calgary comes out on top.
The dream season has a dream ending for Calgary.
As we get the handshakes there. There's the sportsmanship. Crowbar leading the line there. And you gotta love the sportsmanship.
Good series, good game, good games, guys.
Even some VoIP from them brings a tear to my eye.
As we have "We Are the Champions" playing in the background of someone's microphone.
And we got
Not
Crowbar.
so sure about the sportsmanship at this point.
And man, I mean, still a good series. We saw some good plays there. The Castors really locking in and making Calgary fight for it at the very least. But ends up being a sweep there, ending in Castor territory in that game 3. Any favorite moments from that series on your end, Bad Santa?
Of game 2, to be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like that was really close knit through the whole game. Castors were not out of it. They had good chances.
Yeah, and I think game 2 felt probably a little bit more satisfying for me as well, with the goal going in being an intentional goal where, Fluff, if you're watching this back, I know it's a frustrating way to lose, but keep your head up. You've been doing a fantastic job. As well as everybody in the Castors, I mean, stepping up on defense. Some great chances, but if you're facing a goalie like Crowbar, I mean, it's not always going to show up on paper like you want it to. And I think on any other day that series still could have gone either way, but how it all turned out today, that's going to be a dominant, at least in the first few games, but a dominant 3-0 sweep for the Calgary Galaxy. A beautiful season from them, lots to be proud of. Just love keeping up the contender division the whole time through as well. Stay tuned in the future as well for more.
We did it!
We got some celebration from Calgary. Stay tuned. We have, I believe, tomorrow in the evening, the Division 1 finals between the Philadelphia Liberty and the Halifax Hooks. I obviously am a little bit biased there for the Hooks as one of their goalies. And in the future, we also have the D3 playoffs coming up. Keep an eye out as well for awards ceremonies. Pardon my mispronunciation.
Saturday, 9 p.m. for D3.
For D3. And also, keep an eye out on the Renport. I'm sure I have some stuff brewing up there too. Thank you so much for watching. I am Katie. I'm co-hosting with Bad Santa tonight. And I bid you all good night and good puck.